Okay, we're going to start a basket. I've had a few people that have asked me to show them how to make baskets similar to what I've been making. It looked like this. This is made with jute and this is cotton. So this is very simple, and all you have to do is start with what measurement you want for your basket. Let's say, for example, you want a basket with a seat of 10 inches diameter. That means you're going to have a wall about the same height because you want it to look kind of even. So this is an 8-inch wall and an 8-inch seat. So with that, you want to make sure that you have enough string. So what I've done here is I cut the strings ahead of time. That way I can show you how it's done from scratch. So I want this basket to be about 10 inches diameter. So what I've done is I've made sure that I have enough for 10-inch diameter on the bottom, and then another 10-inch of the wall on either side. So you have 10, 10 here, and 10 here. But then I allow myself 5 inches extra on both sides. And I'll explain that later, because that you're going to need that when it's time to trim the basket. So you have 10, 10 here, 10 here, that's 30. 5 plus 5, you make 40. So if you want a basket that is 10 inches diameter seat, you want to go 4 times that. You want a basket that's say 8 inches in diameter. You want 8 inches in the middle for the seat, 8 inches for the wall, 8 and then 5 inches on either side. Okay, so you got 8 plus 8 plus 8, that's 24. 24 plus 10, that'll be 34. I hope that's clear. Now, usually I'll start with anywhere from 5 spokes. I call these spokes. If you've ever seen a willow basket being made, they have spokes as well. And I use the same spokes. And what I do is, like I said, I'll start anywhere from 5 to 10. The bigger the basket, the more spokes you want to start with. This is a medium-sized basket. So we're going to start with, I have, 7 here. And what I usually do is I'll take one of these spokes, and you want to find the middle of the one that you're going to start with. You want to find the middle. This is my middle right here. And I am going to tie that using one of those spokes. Make sure it's even, because that's going to be part of the other spokes. I tie it. Make sure you want to tie it nice and tight, because you're going to be pulling. So that's pretty good, nice and tight. You have a knot, and that's what I usually call the net or the nest right there, the beginning. So once you get that, what you want to do is then take your main rope, if you want to call it that, and there's 2 ways to do the main rope. You can make it into one ball like I've done here. You can see that. It's just one whole ball, and then you have the ending where you're going to start. That's just one ball. What I like about one ball is as you weave, you're going to see a lot of entangling going on. And what you want to do is you want to put your thumb in the middle of the rope, and you just do this. You can see it go back to the unraveled state. Okay? That's important, because as you go, you notice it happens a lot. And actually, we're going to start now. So you take your main rope and you start with anywhere. I usually start with my spoke that I've used to tie the knot with. And what I usually do, because this side has the ugly side of the knot, you can actually turn it upside down or upper side under, whatever you want to say, and then start. So this is prettier looking than that. So I usually start with that, and then just put that string through. And from now, all you have to do is twist and grab one of those spokes, any of those, and then pull through. Turn, or rather twist, and then pull through. Grab another one, twist, grab, pull through. You see that? twist, grab another one, pull through. You go on and on until you go all the way around to the point where you've started. You can see this is actually beginning to look like a basket. Twist and pull through. Now, remember what I talked about? The main rope will get twisted, and you can see now I've got a nice little twist going on here. Not much, and you can just do a quick that and then go back, and then continue with your weaving. Twist, grab, pull through. And as you do that, your left index finger and your thumb are holding on to the newly done circle, if you will, along with the spokes that you're pulling through. So you have something to hold on to, but you also, this is why I wanted it to be nice and tight, because you are kind of tagging a little bit. That's why it stays nice and tight. So the basket looks nice and tight, not loose and you can see through and all that stuff. So, okay, so you continue with twist, grab, pull through. Twist, grab, and pull through. We're almost there. Okay. You see that? Sometimes it's easy to forget those that are hiding under there. I've done that before many times. Just have to look and make sure that you don't forget any of those spokes. If you do, no big deal. You can grab it with the next round. Okay, so we've gone all around back to our circle. And now we have an opportunity to add on. It looks fine right now. I don't think we need to add on yet. I usually don't add with the very first round. So we're gonna go another round because it doesn't look like it's folding. Usually what happens if you don't have enough spokes, it'll start looking like this. You don't want that because that means you're starting to create the wall up. Not yet, it's just a baby right now. So just keep going around. So we're just starting a second circle, and that's fine. The basket looks nice and round. And I can tell already that my rope, my main rope, has got a little bit of tagging going on because, look, I've created quite a bit of twisting going on. So what I do is I put the finger right there and you just unravel like that. And voila, you got a nice straight rope to keep working. Sometimes you'll find me standing because I'm finding it's so much easier to do the weaving when I'm standing, because when I start to unravel, it's nice to do that when it's all the way on the floor. So we are starting a second circle. You can see this was the end of the first circle. This is a second circle. You can see I have 2 rows going on there. So we're going to continue with that until we go all the way back to where we started. And you can see I forgot one spoke here. No big deal. Like I said, I've done it many times. You just grab it and just incorporate that with the rest. And now he's happy with all the others. So I want to continue with this until we get to the point where we need to add new spokes. You can see the basket is beginning to look like a nice little circular thing here. Okay. Okay, I think we're almost there. And we look like we have a nice little straight basket. It's not going like this. That's good. Okay, so we've gone all around twice. Now we are ready to actually add new spokes. Why? Because As you can see, the distance between the spokes is looking a little too wide. If I continue with the third round, I am going to have the spoke kind of turning. Instead of going straight, it'll start curving. You don't want that. So this is a good time to add new spokes. And what you do, so now I just put through one of the spokes. I'm going to grab another one, make sure it's right in the middle. You want to make sure that all your spokes are centered. And what you do, this is very, very kind of, I don't want to say it's complicated because it's not, but you want to pay extra attention here. So what you do is you grab the center of the spoke and you put that with the one that I had pulled earlier, the one that was there before. You want to partner those two together, the new one and the old one. And then you twist. And after you twist, you're going to ignore one of the new ones, the other end, because you've got the one end partnered with the old one. The other end, you want to let that dangle. And you want to grab another one of the original, right? So it'll look like this. You just partner the new one, part of it, then you grab one of the original, while the other one is still dangling on the bottom. Now you want to grab the one that's dangling and partner it with another old one. You see that? So what you do is you have the two partnered with one of the original and another new partner. And on the bottom, you should see this. That's what it should look like. And you're going to continue doing that all the way through. So now we've partnered those two. The next one should be just a single one. And then the next round, you partner this guy with another new one. Again, make sure it's centered. So you're gonna put that in there. Partner that. And then you're going to grab another single one. And then grab the one that's dangling under and partner that. We're getting a lot of political ads here these days.
Hi, this is Chairman Ronna McDaniel.
I'm not sure what that's all about, but anyway, ignore that. All right? And now we've got this tangling going on. Again, just go like that and unravel. And then grab another original one. Pair that. And then you want to just keep going. So you have, let me finish this one and then I'll explain what I'm seeing here. So I apologize for the political ads. We get those a lot. And now we have actually almost done. So we're gonna go ahead and finish with the adding. Got two more here to go. Pair that. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. And then single one. And grab this with the part of the paired. Okay, now you see what I have now. We started here with the pairing. So we got, if I could put this straight here. First of all, it looks beautiful. We already got a nice little basket going on here. But what I want you to see is how this looks like. We have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see that? 1. So we have every other has been paired. And now, because we've done that whole round, we're now going to separate the ones that are paired. We're going to grab one at a time. And what that does is the basket needs to keep extending outwards. So when you add new spokes, it allows it to keep going outwards. If you don't add new spokes, it'll start curving, and that's when you start getting the walls. That's another video, but right now let's go ahead and finish that separating. So we're going to start now doing just the single. The one that were paired before, now they're going to be separated. So I just separated those two, and now they've created their own single spoke. Okay, and then you just keep continuing that way until you get to the part where you're like, okay, I need to add more. When you do need to add more, you do the exact same thing, and you just repeat that over and over again. So now that we've added, you can see it's not as easy to see, but if you can look on the underside, it looks like, you know, you have these loops that are, you can actually see where you've added. As you continue adding, I would suggest maybe every 4th row or circle, you add new ones, 3 or 4, depending on how you think your basket is going. And then after that, I'll show you how to stop the adding of the spokes and then letting the basket fold to where you start getting the wall. That's a really exciting part. I have one that I'm working on right now. This one is going to be about 12 inches in diameter. It's pretty good size right now. It looks like this right now, but you can see where I'm adding my spokes on the underside. You can see there's right there, there's that, and then you have, you see that, and then I had, you see that, and this is the last round that I'm actually going to be adding. So you can see this round here with the new additions, you see that, and then I have, so far I've only needed to add 1, 2, 3 times, and you can see how nice and straight and flat this one is. This is going to be about 12 inches long in diameter, and then 12 inches of walls plus, and then that's why I have such long spokes. You can see how these, they're just so long, because I'm going to end up with something about this much. So okay, so that's our first round. I hope that was easy to understand, self-explanatory, if you will. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be posting another video after we work on this one to the point where we need to start stop putting the spokes, and then it will start curving upwards to create the wall. Okay? Thank you for watching. You stop yet?
Oh, not yet.